first?
They had me yelling during the stretch. We ain't gonna talk about it. We like to have fun and get hyped for pre-practice, bring energy, because 2J big on that, so we try to yell, get everybody hyped.
He looks like he has a lot of energy out there. Just seeing for the first practice, kind of just describe his coaching style.
He's a very vocal guy. He's big on big man leading, so that's why he wants us to bring the energy, just to get the whole offense going collectively as a whole.
What do you think that'll help you guys this season, just like with a couple new faces, or a couple faces gone?
Yeah, I feel like it just just having a coach that's, vocal like him is bringing like more of a will to want to. It gets us ready to practice. It gets us, it's hard to go out there every day in the hot sun and want to do it. Just having a coach that matches your level of energy, it just gets you in a good mood.
How's the chemistry developing between you and Brennan?
It's feeling good. Now that he's a left-handed quarterback, I know I'm not the blind side anymore, so I'm just trying to just get used to adjusting to my sets and my depth.
You obviously were able to start the first 8-9 games. What did you kind of learn from that experience, and then also from being a rotational player at the end?
Really, I just learned I just need to fix my off-the-field habits when it just come to just eating right, studying, feeling better, just little things like that. Because it showed a lot of times when I feel like I had a kind of a downfall because I kind of relaxed because I was in the role where I was playing a lot, and I feel like I just took a step back instead of being consistent with my film study and my prepping.
Seems like the rushing attack hasn't been quite what you guys wanted. In terms of the balance of the offense, is that a big priority this year? I mean, kind of the pride of the OL on the line.
Yeah, that's a big priority, especially because Nas offense is because he has a lot of different schemes. So just showing that we could be balanced in the pass and the run, that would be good for us. Just showing how versatile we can be as a whole offensive line group.
Now that you're in full pads, you have more competition with the defensive linemen. How good a job do they do getting you ready for the season, and how strong is that group?
Just that front three, just Savion, CJ Davin, including Travali, it's good going against them to get you prepared, for those Saturdays, because you're not going to see a lot of linemen that's like Savion, that's 290, moving that well, that's that strong. You're not going to see that a lot. So it's a lot of good looks, good competitions, and that's what gets you ready for Saturdays.
As the nickname escalates so far.
Yeah. It's starting to spread on a lot of them now.
Just an off-the-beat question. I don't know if you saw, but obviously conference realignment's going crazy. Not a lot of people talk about the effect it has on the student athletes and traveling. Have you guys ever thought about that? Did you feel one way or another about maybe the possibility, even if it's a stretch, of adding Stanford or California to the ACC?
No, we don't really talk much about it as a team. That's not something we talk about. I guess it's like the athletic director stuff, but as a whole team, we just focus on who's already in the conference.
Well, and then more personally, do you worry about that kind of stuff?
Nah.
Is that something that excites you? Maybe, hey, the ACC is on the East Coast, they're on the West Coast. Is that going to help you, hinder you?
Me personally, not necessarily. I really don't think it does. But I feel like just other conferences like the SEC, I feel like that, they're known for being the best conference, in the college football. So I'd say just other players' perspective, that's something they would want to do, just be better competition, because since they're looked at as the best conference. So, yeah.
Last year, you guys opened in East Carolina. This year, you're going to Connecticut. Do you like the thought of going on the road for that first game? Do you learn a lot about yourself as a team?
Yeah, it's always good to have that first home game. Not home game, but the away game, because it shows. I feel like it's a good chance to show us early on how we do it adversity as a team.
How does it change things for you when you're on the road and it's a little bit louder, a little bit harder to communicate at the line of scrimmage?
I feel like it don't really change much because we do a great job of prepping for away games because we always got sound amped in practice. We got speakers right behind us. So I feel like Coach Dorn does a great job of just making sure we're doing good with the crowd noise. And if we always have any problems, we go silent cadence. So we always practice stuff like that.
Cool.
Now that you guys have pads on, do you think practice was more intense today, or maybe a little bit more juiced up since you lost your voice?
It was a little bit more juiced up. Everybody was ready to get out there. There's a lot of guys that's been hurt, that's been ready to get back out there, just show that they still got it and keep proving to themselves day in and day out. So it's a lot of energy, a lot of guys that still feel like they need to prove themselves.
Is it easier to be evaluated when you have pads on? Do you feel like you can do more to stand out in the group?
Yeah, I feel like just offensive line standpoint, it helps us just showcase, the physicality, and it's better to have pads on because it's easier. Not easier, but it's better for film study. Just showing us how our drill work can translate the team, just with double team and just with all that stuff.
When you take last year's experience with 4 different guys behind you, what does that go into this year's prep for the offensive line? When last year you guys had 4 different quarterbacks behind you, how does that change your prep going into the season? What did you learn?
I feel like last year as an offensive line, we just had to learn to, expect and prepare for anything. That was our biggest thing. So I feel like, we struggled at times, but I feel like we did a great job adjusting, and that's something we're always going to continue to do, just adjusting. Because you never know, if a guy go down, somebody else got to step up. And now that we got, BA and MJ, we already had that chemistry with MJ, so I feel like that won't be a problem.
Right there.